Hello, CJA. I'm so excited to be celebrating Latinx Heritage Month or Hispanic Heritage Month with you all. I love my culture. I love being Latino, and it's something so wonderful that I feel so privileged to be able to share with you. Some of you may know that I love music, and there's so much rich music and so much rich, uh, traditions that come from Latino America. And being able to share some of that with you today is a great joy for me. So I want to just kind of share a couple of different instruments of Las Americas, different instruments that come from different parts of Latin America, and the way in which they influence some of the music that we listen to today. And so I'll start with an instrument that comes from a place down south in what's called the Andean region of Latin America, Peru, Bolivia, Chile, Argentina, a lot of the mountainous regions of this area. And we have what's called a charango. This is a charango. It's a small little instrument, pretty tiny, has five sets of strings, and it's a very high-pitched sound, and it's made from a lot of, or used to make a lot of traditional music, folk music from around Bolivia and Peru. This was actually given to me from a Jesuit school in Peru, some students who are visiting, and sometimes it's even made from armadillos or armadillo skins, but this one's just made from wood, and when you play it, it's very high-pitched, you can kind of hear. It's a very beautiful sound, and it's used to make a lot of traditional sound. When the Spanish came into the region and they introduced stringed instruments, the indigenous people, they adapted it and then used it to make a lot of their traditional folk music. The next instrument that I'd love to share with you is called the jarana. And some of you may have remembered that I played this jarana for you. The jarana, it doesn't look too different from a small guitar, kind of like an ukulele, if you know music from Hawaii. And the jarana comes from the small state along the coast of Veracruz in Mexico. And it's used in traditional music called son jarocho, son meaning song, and jarocho is a style of music. And again, similar, when the Spanish came into the region and they introduced stringed instruments, the indigenous communities, which were in that part of Mexico, a mix of some cultures from Africa, slaves that had been brought over, the indigenous communities. And so son jarocho music is a blend of a lot of different cultures. And it's typically played in a large social gathering called fandango. You can hear this one's a little deeper sounding, right? It can also be really rhythmic. So that's the jarana. But the other instrument you might be familiar with as well is la guitarra, classical guitar. And the classical guitar, again, was introduced by the Spanish. And this maybe wasn't as adapted. This is, just as it was when it was used in Spain. But the amazing thing about the classical guitar is that it was adopted by mariachis. And mariachi music comes from a small state in the middle of Mexico called Jalisco. And that's where my family's from. And actually, my families are mariachis. It's where I learned to play a lot of my music was from my cousins who are all mariachis. And this style of music is super popular. You might even know it from a very popular movie. And so I'm going to go ahead and play a song for you. And maybe you might know it and want to sing along. So if you know it, please join in. What color is the sky? Ay, mi amor, ay, mi amor. You tell me that it's red. Ay, mi amor, ay, mi amor. Where should I put my shoes? Ay, mi amor, ay, mi amor. You say, put them on your head. Ay, mi amor, ay, mi amor. You make me un poco loco, un poquitito loco. The way you keep me guessing. I'm nodding and I'm guessing. I'll count it as a blessing. I'm only un poco loco. The loco that you make me, it's just un poco crazy. The sense that you're not making, the liberties you're taking, is my cabeza shaking. wonderful day.